So this is a PSA on why you should never procrastinate. Unlike all the other videos in the DT section of my videos, this part at least was recorded a long time after the fact. I made this probably about 6 months ago, and it is now the 9th of December. And I just found this Instagram reel, which is taunting me and absolutely, it's a big bummer to me. Um, Me and my classmate Josh worked on a game that basically took the concept of Paper.io, which is like a game where you capture territory and can have it captured from you by other people. And we took that into real life, and it was supposed to be a fun competitive game where you'd have to run around all urgently with your friends. And we had to finish it up for the DT project, but I just needed to tweak a little bit before I could actually publish it because I really wanted to publish it. And I've just found this video that has basically made the thing that we made, but on a much more professional standard. And it even says up the top, "How has no one made this?" Which, oh, he's taunting me. So I'm just going to play a little bit of the video so you can kind of understand the concept because this is almost exactly the same thing that we made.
We just created something crazy. Think Pokemon Go CrossSnake.io, but for running. The problem we're trying to fix, make running great again and more fun. How? By gamifying running with a global game that doesn't favor the elite runners. The goal of the game is to capture as much territory as possible and encourage you to run in new locations. But if someone else runs through your territory, they now own it. So how will you know if you're the king of your city? Terra will have leaderboards show exact territory accumulated and an interactive map where you can see who's stolen what. So to start off...
Anyway, he talks about giving away money for just as a promotional thing. But everybody in the comments is like, "Fire, genius, oh, love it, game changing, neat idea, love this." And I'm just thinking, oh, this is my punishment for procrastinating. And this should be a constant reminder that if I want to make something, I've got to just go out and make it. Anyway, there are a few slight changes, and also I just wanted to show the sort of behind the scenes sort of stuff. So this is a segment that I'm recording right now, but the segment that I recorded for my actual DT project a while ago, I'll just show that now. So basically the parts of the game that I made, first of all is this room area. You set up a room that has a territory as well as the boundary around it so that players can go wherever they want. I also have the length of the game, which you can adjust to be anywhere from 0 minutes to 12 hours in increments of 5 minutes, which I've basically made display down here. Once you've finished, you can set up with the room code. Now, basically right now, we've uploaded to the database and also we are claiming stuff back down from the database. So we're getting all the stuff, all the data of all the users who are in our room from the database, from the users database, seeing who else is in our room, which I think is room 66. And so currently we're the only person in room 66, we're the one person in room 66. But if we get, let's get this code, let another person join room 66, and now obviously see the code has been uploaded to the database and then downloaded back from the database, and now Hunty2 and Test are both in this thing, and it's displaying that on both of their screens. So obviously just coming and going from the database. And then when Hunty, so let's go back to the database here. Yeah, now they're both in room 66. Hunty2 is player number 1. Test is player number 2. And when Hunty starts the game, both people will be redirected to the playing page. The way that this works is in the rooms database, 66 has been going from null to 1, which sets the room as active, and anyone who joins the room after this will be redirected to the playing page, which is press allow, which activates the geolocation API, which is basically just going to fetch your location all the time and put it into the put that into the database and get that all into the JavaScript code. Now the JavaScript code will do a whole bunch of things. It'll find out who's where. It'll see which players have got which territories. All this sort of relevant scripts. It'll then compile that all into a bunch of arrays of the arrays of the territory, player lines, and all that sort of stuff. And it'll feed that both into the database so other players can download it, and also into the Mapbox API, which computes what needs to be rendered, which can be the player's line, or it can be these little houses. All this sort of stuff has to be rendered by Mapbox, which then goes to Flask, which puts that onto an HTML page, which then gets rendered in the browser, and then obviously the browser takes user input, and the cycle goes all over again. Let's just reset both of these so I can show you the territory claiming stuff. If we start the loops, we can see each player shows up on everyone else's screen. And also, if we look at this, we have the player can go clockwise, they can go anti-clockwise, they can take stuff in, let's go for a concave geometry. There you go, that's a concave geometry. And basically everything can happen in here. There's no issues with the territory claiming. You can go over the origin. It's all sweet. And yeah, that's about it.